Like when you look at a guy like this, people are going to say great things about you at your funeral.
It's your roots.
Yeah, I want to plan my funeral properly so I have the right person crying at the right time. Who's going to close my funeral? That's the question. Who's going to be the last person to speak?
And that voice you just heard is Bert Kreischer.
Oh, yeah,
by
sorry.
The last person that's going to speak at his funeral is potentially a good friend of his and world-renowned genius and billionaire, I think, at this point. The man who once hosted Fear Factor now owns the world, basically. Joe Rogan, good friend of yours. What is he like?
Joe's going to open my funeral. I would like him to speak first because then we got everyone's attention. You can't.
Yeah, true.
Joe's going to open it. I want Tom Segura to close it because when a fat guy cries, it's so emotional. It's like that scene from Deliverance, like when you're like, wow, this is real. Yeah. Joe's an amazing guy. He's super generous. So like I was saying this to you off air, you got to be careful with what you say around him because if you say something like, "Yeah, I was looking at smokers the other day," the next day there's a smoker at your house.
Oh, that's cool. By the way,
it's cool, but you just go. I have a hard time asking for things. So when he and you don't even have to ask with him, he'll just be let me. I have a guy at Traeger. Let me hook you up. I have a guy at Green Mountain Grills. Let me hook you up. I was running on treadmills. I was saying I could run a 7-minute mile, and Joe's like, "That's not real running. That's not real running." Next day, there's the Air Assault fitness trainer at my house. It's like a $5,000 treadmill, and you're just like, and no note, no nothing. It's just at your house. And
by the way, he feels good doing that. I bet. You know what I mean? Like, there's probably not a lot of things that make him feel good at this point, right?
But you know how many people – there are people that are oblivious to it and ask him for everything, and I always am very careful that I don't ever want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, people do my podcast just to meet Joe. Like, they'll do my podcast, at the end, they're like, hey, man, can you get me on Rogan? And you're like, ugh. No, I can't.
By the way, if you don't want me to put this entire conversation we just had out because I can't get you on Rogan, I'm so sorry I disappointed you like that.
And you're like, and there are people that like good friends of mine that are like, hey man, please hook me up with Rogan. It'll change my career. And you're like, man, that's not how it works. If he likes you, and he finds you, and he's interested in you, he'll have you on his podcast. Other than that, you just got to play. I mean, just hang out. Just be a regular human.
So when I started playing for the Colts, right?
Yeah.
All my friends wanted autographs from Peyton Manning.
Okay? Oh, yeah.
So I had to start forging Peyton Manning's signature. You might hear right now, or you might see right now somewhere on eBay, and it's a McAfee Manning signature because I got tired of asking him. Like, he and I we became friends for a little bit there, right? He wanted me to drink around him. He wanted me to have, we became, friendly. And it got to the point where I was like, it's weird asking a friend for an autograph for another friend at, a very regular rate. So I literally I didn't want to disappoint these people either. I'm like, I haven't changed. I have not, just because I'm hanging out with him, it doesn't mean I've changed. So I'm just going to go ahead and forge this signature. It's close. I mean, if they were to Google it, but the real people would know it's fake. It's an awkward situation though. Whenever you're dealing with one of the most famous people on earth, which Rogan is, Peyton Manning is, those people, it's very interesting because you get a chance to see them live, you get a chance to see them work, but then everything else that comes with it, people don't know about.
And it's hard to compartmentalize advice they give you because they've done everything on such a big level that when he pulls you aside and it's like, hey man, that joke sucks, you go, oh, guess it's out. As opposed to you'd fight for it if it was just an average friend. But you look at Joe, like I had a joke about me and my wife bought a house. We got it. An alert came through Redfin. By the way, this joke's gonna bomb. An alert came,
we'll put it over. Hey, we'll put it. Everybody ready? Everybody, put your best fake laughing faces on. Here we go. I'll put it over.
An alert came up on Redfin. My wife then texted our agent. The agent, that's not yet. It's not yet. I'll give you some eyes. You'll know. By the way, I know when to put my own joke over. You'll know when the read comes. So she sent it to the agent. Our agent sent it to the other agent. The other agent just texted the buyer. The buyer said they want to put in an offer. We put in an offer. We didn't even go on the market. We're sitting at this house the other day, and I said to my wife, I go, this is amazing. She goes, we got this through technology. Like, we would never have gotten this house if it wasn't technology. And then I looked at my wife, and I was like, I wonder what kind of wife I would have gotten had I used technology. And because I met her old school where you just had a picture, and you had to wait 5 days until you were like, oh, she has fat ankles. I'm already in love with her. And so,
way to save that.
And so, yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
And so Rogan just goes, I don't like that joke. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, it sounds like you're not in love with your wife. And I was like, no, I am. And he goes, yeah, you are. So don't make it like you're not. Like, be real to who you are. Like, and then you're like, well, God, it's just a joke, man. Like, you're like, man, it's when, especially I have all new materials. So you're like, man, I'm trying everything right now. I mean, my shirt off, man. Have you seen my ass?